At Downtown Crossing,
I thank you so much.
on the Boston Common, in shelters and schools across the state, a special count is going on.
I'm really interested in what people have to say in the stories that people have.
Louis Pacheco is a youth ambassador with Bridge Over Troubled Waters, an agency that works with homeless, runaway, and at-risk youth. He's part of a team out surveying young people under the age of 25 to find out just how many are homeless in Massachusetts right now.
Sometimes a person could be really clean cut, and once you get to talking with them and you hear about their experiences, you get to realize oh, this person is actually homeless. They have been staying in these number of houses for the last month. They have been hopping house to house.
The anonymous survey is designed to help state and local leaders understand how large the problem is and why, so resources can be targeted to help. In Massachusetts, homelessness is defined as having a lack of a fixed, regular, and adequate nighttime residence. The results so far are in line with last year, which found 738 young people experiencing homelessness. The primary factor, family conflict and instability. And advocates say they're seeing more young people who are forced from their homes due to family members caught up in the opioid crisis. Most were staying in a shelter. More than a quarter were couch surfing, and others were unsheltered, meaning staying outside, in an abandoned building, car, or a train or bus station.
We need to open up the definition of what we consider homelessness, because homelessness can be youth who are just couch surfing. If they're going from house to house, that is essentially homelessness, and we're seeing that a lot more with youth.
Not having a place to live, not knowing where the next food is going to be, who they're going to stay with tonight.
The survey found the majority of young people sought assistance but faced barriers getting help. Some are afraid they could be separated from family members if they speak up.
They're young and smart and amazing young people, but they're also hurt and broken because the adults that were supposed to take care of them in one way or another did not, and so they're scared.
This is about giving them a voice and help.
A catalyst for change.
So the number of homeless young people is believed to be much larger than what's identified in this youth count, but there are efforts to improve its outreach every year. The surveys are still being submitted from across the state, and a final report is expected in the fall.